Hi, my name is Lori Barbario. I've been attending church here at Immanuel for about 8 years, on and off. I became a Christian, accepted Jesus into my life when I was a young teenager, grew up in a Christian home, and I've known Jesus for decades. That was a good start, but unfortunately it didn't stay that way. I was kind of drawn away as a young adult into things that looked fun and exciting and things that I thought were going to make me happy. And, for a while they did. I married a man who was not a Christian. He didn't know Jesus. And yeah, that didn't end well, but I do have 3 beautiful daughters. I definitely didn't have a straight path in life. I would describe my Christian journey as back and forth, sideways. At different times in my life, I would draw closer to God and seek out Jesus. And I found that my Christian walk was more of a complacent, what I would consider an average Christian life. I've suffered in my life from anxiety, internal conflicts, and panic attacks. I started smoking cigarettes when I was 19 years old. During the pandemic, I started tuning in to Pastor Mark's messages very faithfully every Sunday. That was very easy to do from home. And I have to say that I really believe that those times of listening to the messages were planting seeds in my life for what was to come. I could feel God leading me into a deeper relationship with Himself. But I did still keep Him at arm's length because I knew that the changes He wanted me to make, I was either not willing or did not think I could make them. I felt that sense of desperation. I knew that I wasn't going to be able to continue on like this. And I prayed big, like Pastor Mark talks about in his messages. I prayed big. I asked God for forgiveness. I said, I can't do this anymore. I can't live like this. I need to have you at the center, the very center of my life, not just on the outskirts. And as it turned out, I was uniquely qualified to be a really above average Christian because what He required was for me to be weak and dependent. And I was very weak, and He forgave me. My anxiety and my tension began to slowly ebb away. I started to feel more freedom in my life. I was able to, with God's help, give up the smoking cigarettes that I had done for 42 years. That is not something I could have done on my own. And for me, that was a huge step. And God rewarded that with such a sense of peace and joy. That happiness started to take hold in my life. I felt joy. I had the joy of my salvation was back. I felt so unworthy and so blessed at the same time. I also attended a few of the worship services that they had, and I was able to share just a very little bit in one of those services, and everybody rejoiced with me. And it was such an amazing feeling of being a part of the family of God. For the first time, I felt like I had found a home here. When I came to church, I felt like I had people to say hello to, and it just started to feel like a much more comfortable place, that I could be myself and not try to kind of hide things or make them feel, try to make myself feel like something I wasn't. I could just be me. I would encourage anybody who feels weak and desperate, or who just feels like they're average, or just is keeping God and what He wants at an arm's length, to just give it over to Him. I never realized this deep sense of peace from having Jesus at the center of my life. I think we just need to stay tuned. I feel God working in my heart, in the lives of my family. There are things happening at work. I can see His hand just about in every place. So I would encourage you to just turn everything over to God. He still heals, He still blesses, and He's still waiting. He is our living hope.